Hello, YouTube Nation, and welcome back for yet another vintage kind of toy review. Man, I was walking through Walmart, and I knew these were coming out, and oh, Lord almighty, I forgot they were coming out. Sectaurs. I've been collecting the vintage Sectaurs here recently. You could see videos of those. They're all over the channels. If you haven't seen those, go check those out. And I forgot these were coming out. I'm so excited to have Sectaurs on store shelves. I'm so excited. And to knock it out that we're getting Stellara, I mean, oh, I love it. New character that we should have got that we did not get. And Dargon, I don't have Dargon. I'm going to have to get a vintage Dargon because he came with a puppet. I just haven't had a chance to get him. I've got the cheap ones knocked out of the way. But let's take a look at these guys. So these guys at my Walmart were $25 each. $25 a piece. I think that is a fantastic price point. They also had, what is the Bikermen from Mars and the Robo Forces there, which are also cool. God, I think some of them are going to be peg warmers, though, and I think they're going to be Ollie and Benz and all that good stuff. I hope not. I hope they're selling well. But let's dive into these dudes right now. We're going to look at Dargon first. Pretty much the most popular character in the whole series. Definitely the face for the good guys. As you could see him right there in the package. The packaging is fairly cheap. It's just a really big bubble on a really thin, flimsy card. This is how mine came off of the shelf. Very bent, very not looking so hot there. They did come out in 2024. There you see the two. I haven't heard of anything new about these coming out. Have you all heard anything new? I do hope they come out with some more. I don't know if they will or not. But Dargon, the mightiest of heroes, a prince of the shining realm. Dargon has sworn an oath to protect his people at any cost on the distant planets of Symbion. A genetic experiment fails. Frightening changes take place that cannot be stopped. The result, a world where insects grow at alarming proportions, and the inhabitants have taken on the awesome characteristics of insect. Where the noble citizens of the Shining Realm are locked in mortal combat with the denizens of the dark domain, telepathically bonded in combat. Sectaur warriors join with their insect companions in an ultimate battle for survival. My God, we got 2 proofs of purchase points. Wonder what that could buy up. And I'm probably going to butch this, but it's looking like this is Nacella? I don't know. And then you got the cool. You ever noticed that those were bug eyes at the top there? Ever notice that? I was about today years old when I realized that. All right, so opening them up. Card comes off. It is just a big, I mean, it's a good fan. It's something. All right, so we got one twist tie. Oh, thank Jesus. One twist tie to deal with right there. Oh, look at that. It comes right out. Fantastic. All right, so we had some stuff fall out. That's okay. Let's pop the accessories out and get them in to where it needs to go. Let's get rid of that trash. It can go back there. Let's get rid of that flimsy card. It can go back there. And then let's take, I do need this. Let's take a look at Dargon here. So first thing out of the package, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's a little bit of a loose leg. I don't know if that's a quality control issue or if that's what they're going for. This paint, the first thing I'm noticing on it, the paint is very flat. From vintage toys, it was very sparkly and shimmering. Now, she looks like she's got it going on. He is looking as if maybe not so much. The wrists do rotate. There is an arm articulation. Let's see if we can get it. Whoa, is that all we got? Or let's see here. No, it's there. That's a tight articulation. It feels like it's on like a joint kind of a thing. You can actually see there's a gap of his waist there. That's okay. And the hips and the legs are just like the toys. So different from new to old, arm articulation, which is something. And then, does he stand? Okay, we're going to get her out of the frame here. Let's get her out, set her aside. And yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think on first view? I dig it. I think it's a fantastic looking toy. The plastic feels like a sturdy plastic from the 80s. There's that kind of joint that I was talking about. Don't really know what this is called, but it's very loose here, but it has a pivot above and below the knee to where it can bend fully backwards. That's an interesting articulation. And then a foot articulation, a little bit of a foot articulation on a ball joint, possibly. He does stand, so I'm going to bring in another companion of his to bring in. We're going to see this guy quite a bit. So standing next to each other, exact same height, which is fantastic. It's going to look great on the shelf. Weapons have similarities. Yeah, similarities of the size and everything else. So one thing that you'll notice on these, the red stripe. This one, both are painted. This one is more glossy. I don't know if that's coming over, but that's what I was talking about. The gloss here is really shining. The head features are just fantastic. The eyes stick out very, very nicely. Very, very well done. Let's set him aside. Let's put him up here. Let's take a look at the accessories. So we got the sword. Sword's a big one. He's typically, in my eyes, seen with the sword. So we're going to plop that in the hand first. As such, there we go. He's got his nice little sword. Now, if you see that, I don't know if I hit that or not. Instant replay that I'm not ever going to pull out. Does have this very good looking, like, the cool thing about this is, all right, hold on a second. All right, back at that. I had to clean. There was a smudge I was looking at on the camera. I had to redo that there. Sorry about that. What I do like about this, it's like a machine gun, but not. It's like a futuristic machine gun made from different stuff. That is very cool. Very, very cool on the machine gun. I'm not going to have him holding it, and it doesn't look like this has any place really to be held. So I'm going to put that aside. Then he comes with two pistols, which was pretty standard issue for this. They do look really good. A lot of detail. They do have that chromium look to it and just that basic 80s feel. Now, for me, he's going to have side pieces here. He's going to put both of his weapons into the side. This is just going to go to the side. And then the shield with the logo on the front, he is going to hold the shield for me, at least at this point in time. See if we can get a bend on that. Oh, man, that's hard. And then that's essentially how he's going to stand for me. And I think it's fantastic. I love it. Man, do I have to buy old one? Yeah, I do. I do now, just to compare it. When we do one of the Playground Chronicles on him, it'd be a nice little comparison video. Again, when you stand vintage versus modern, you could tell the modern of articulation and whatnot, but man, when they stand right next to each other from the front to the side to the back or anything, they really do match and they really do look great. Scale-wise, I'm very happy with this. 1 for 1 so far. Fantastic. Dargon, fantastic. Let's get him on out. We're going to move Dargon over here to the side as well. We're going to use him as a comparison now as we bring in Stellara, Symbion's toughest warrior. Gotta love it. So she's very shimmery, like we said in the package. Fearless warrior, did they say the same thing? Mightiest warrior. Okay, so this is fearless warrior. Fearless warrior of the Shining Realm is renowned for her unwavering loyalty and unmatched prowess in combat. She is more than a match for any dark domain villain. Okay, and then on a distant, yeah, that's the same there. So does get a little bit of a bio here. She's looking great here. It's time to open her up. Let's crack her up. Let's let her breathe, as we like to do. That flimsy card is going to go over. For any of the old style, or the old people who knew me as Willbreaker 41 a long time ago, one of the reasons I got out of collecting was because I had a daughter. And My daughter's name is Stella. I have 2 daughters now, but Stella came around, and I've as watching the cartoons when I was, back in the day when I was really avid into the 80s cartoons and the 80s nostalgia with stuff, doing the Back to the 80s podcast and all that. I always thought of her in the comics and cartoons as for my daughter when she was born as Stella. So I don't know. I digress. First thing out of the package. So if I hear that, the knees are they're a little loose. Very loose actually. I don't know if I like that or don't like that. I'm gonna be holding off on judgment of that just because. So for the other one, it was so hard to move right out of the package. So I don't know. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, really, to be quite honest. Head sculpt, fantastic. Looks like her. Looks very great of a representation for her comic book and for her cartoon self. Looks great. Has that shimmery, shiny matching from the vintage that you can kind of tell there. That looks really close, and I mean almost like it was a vintage toy back in the day, which is really cool. Really stoked about that. She comes with a dagger that's going to be going right here. Let's see, where's her dagger going to go? Dagger can't go in here, can it? Is that where we're putting it? That is a big holster for just a dagger. Nah, I don't like that. Hey, everything about it. All right, put that aside. Now, she also comes with a shield. They almost always came with a shield and with the good guy logo, bad guy logo, whatnot. The shield's definitely not going in there. That could very well go in here. Does it fit? Does it fit the... Nah, not really. She's going to hold the shield. So holding the shield, and then she's got a semi sawed-off shotgun kind of futuristic weapon going on here, which is very, very neat. Does this go back? Okay, so this is definitely going to go back here. I'm assuming anyway. I shouldn't say definitely because who knows. I'm going to have it going back here. I think that kind of looks cool. Then I'm going to have her just hold her dagger. As such, like I said, I'm mostly known for them to be more swordy than weapons. They had them, but it is kind of a part of the tradition to have it. So if we come in, Stellara is, I kind of have to back it up, is a little bit, they're about the same size. At first glance, I thought she was a little taller, but really looks good next to each other. If we bring all 3 of them in, that looks fantastic. Everything is looking great on that. It's really a nice blend of how they are. I'm going to get one last shot. I'm going to put them towards the end of the video up against with all the other Sectaurs just to see how they go. I mean, if you put one of the animals with them, it looks just fantastic as well. I can't bend the camera down that far, and I don't want to undo it because I'm lazy. But I cannot say I was hesitant of getting them at price. I was going to wait on them. I'll not wait on another one if they do bring them out. I'm in on this one for the long haul. As long as they keep producing them, I'm going to get them. Leave me a comment. I know Sectaurs doesn't do really well on this channel for me on view-wise, but this is really something that's cool. If you're going to be able to produce 2 toys to be able to come into an old line like that, and especially with new characters that we never got, I am here for it. I'm game all day long. Hope you all had a fun time with this one. I am Jeremy. For those of you all that didn't know, I was Wheelbreaker 41 back in the day. But you just call me the Jer Bear or Jeremy now. It's good times. Or just call me Goofy, whichever one you want. I'm going to switch over here and show you just a shot of them on the shelf with the other things, just to have a little peek-see. But until then, hope everybody has a good weekend. Peace out and enjoy the shelf view. Well, here you go. You're going to get some Cobra in with them. But this is my Sectaurs area. Got a few of them. And I think they look really good. You can almost from a distance not tell who is what, but I dig it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Hit that like button. Peace out, home skillets.